Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reacting to Olivia. And I say that with so much hesitation because, number one, I do not want this to be an Olivia reaction channel. I definitely don't. However, the problem is she is the only one in the what I call the first tier of the mommy sector that's putting out content. And we all know what kind of content she puts out. It's inflammatory, it's entertaining, it's crazy, it's it's like watching a train wreck unfold right in front of your eyes and you just cannot look away. No matter how hard you try, you can't look away. Well, she did a live tonight. And I think she went live earlier. But one thing that I recognized when it comes to me reacting to Olivia uh, is that I honestly, if truth be told, when I have to watch her by myself and do these reaction commentary videos, Olivia is boring actually. She's actually very boring to me. Um, it's the same repetitious stuff. You pretty much know what you're going to get out of her. I think one of the reasons why I engage with her content so much is because I like watching her along with other people. So I'm in other people's chats, other content creator reactors chats, mixing it up with them and the people chatting because that's the only way really to consume her content without going crazy in my opinion. So hats off to all the reactors who've been watching her for years, doing reactions to her for years. But one thing that I have learned is that is the reason why they react to her live, because to do it without that feedback, without being able to bounce off of other people's opinions, without being able to just chit chat with normal human beings as you watch her is mind numbing. I call it brain rot. That's why I started doing the deep dives. And if you haven't checked the deep dive I did on Live out on my channel, please make sure you head over to my channel and watch it. It's not your standard content that we normally see in the mommy sector, but this is a dissection of her psyche. And it's called Love Live, the Virgin Mother Who Erases Fathers. Okay, I think it's very interesting. I did a breakdown of Gerard, and it was basically saying, is Gerard a serial cheater? If so, why? And I'm using the help of AI. I've been very transparent about that. There's no reason to hide from it. But I've been using resources that I've been plugging and playing. I basically do a dossier on the individual I want psychoanalyzed, and the software puts it in podcasts, and it basically breaks down what's going on with them. So I've listened to the breakdown of Olivia quite a few times. I actually got one on deck, and it's breaking down her relationship with her kids. I think you guys will find that very interesting, very telling, and right on point with what we already know to be true. I will be working on her relationship with Stella. So I'll be breaking down the dynamics between her relationship with her mother. Strong Mommy Chrissy is already done. I've got the thumbnail done. I got the video done. I just need to post it. So that video should be posted along with this one. They may both go up. Uh, well, I'll probably put them up tonight, which is really Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, because I'd be up late. But anyway, that's why I haven't really done a reaction to Olivia, aside from the fact that a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot, a fair amount of people have shared their opinions on her videos. So some of you guys who are subscribed to all of us, you've already sat through one viewing of Olivia, and I think it's torture to ask you to come over and sit through another viewing of this mess. But if you're like me, I like to hear other opinions too. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to react to her. We'll see how far we get before I just say uncle. But I'm going to start this video. I'm going to start this reaction to her latest video tonight, in which is titled "I Can't Believe This." I'm going to start it about an hour and 21 minutes into the live because this is when she really starts cooking for GamerBae. Um, Now, there is some things that she talked about prior to this point, and I'll address those as we go through the video. And um, and we'll see how it goes because I'm not going to spend 2 hours, and I'm not going to ask you to be here for 2 hours as we listen to this nutcase talk. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are someone who have watched my videos and like them, and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Again, it lets me know that I'm doing something right. And you can wait to the end of the video to like it, or you can just go ahead and give me a like off the rip. I would appreciate it anyway. But I'm not going to hold you guys any longer because, whew, like I said, live is a hard pill to swallow, and we'll try to get through this.
Here we go. We're gonna finally motherfucking cook. Okay, let's turn this light on. Any bugs? Okay, no bugs. I'm not in the mood. Ooh, now we get to figure out how to use this bitch. I like this little stove. It's a cute little stove, honey. Okay, this goes in my bathroom. Okay, guys, y'all ready? We're gonna turn it on. Here we go. Imagine if I turned it on like a million roaches came out of this bitch. Bitch, I would scream bloody murder. Okay.
Also, let me add, I created a thumbnail that I thought was hilarious, and I based it off of Quan Mills. If you're not familiar with Quan Mills, but he has a book out called "This Hoe Has Roaches," and so that's what this thumbnail is, a play on his book cover. And I'm not gonna let this thumbnail go to waste, so I'm gonna have to do this reaction.
Okay, I don't understand this. Like this? This is how you do it? Okay, it's getting hot, guys. Okay, let's boil some water. Look, it's getting hot. I usually don't even like this kind of
Baffles me that she tries to act dumb when in fact she is dumb.
I'm so confused. Small burner? Is that for this? No, it's this. I'm so confused. Large. Oh, I get it. I get it. My last one was electric too, but it was like the other kind of electric.
So there's another kind of electric?
Old school electric.
Oh my god. This girl. Her vocabulary is so limited. Guys. She had a coiled electric stove before. Why can't she say that?
I really hope he brought his game so he can be entertained. Not up my ass. Because guess what, guys? I'm not in the fucking mood.
And there she goes already. You know what? I don't think that I'm maybe a minute into this live, and she's setting the stage, talking about she wants him to bring his game. No, she doesn't. Well, she does, because she knows if he's on the game, he is going to be there for a minute, because he's going to be playing with someone, and those gameplays are very long. Because prior to me jumping ahead in the live, she had asked him to bring his work clothes with him when he comes over tonight, so he'll spend the night. And he said no, he's not bringing his work clothes. Now, mind you, also too, she's setting up that he wants her to cook for him. Like, she's pretending like, oh, she's cooking dinner for him, and she's got this attitude, walking around all sassy. Then she hops her butt in the shower to I guess wash off all the bomb infectant that she has around her apartment. And she's going on about, shoot, this man is gonna expect me to cook. You know, I ain't his mama. that boy ate at home with his mama, and I'm pretty sure his mama cooks for his stepdaddy. So he ain't trying to eat her cooking. And quite as kept, he's probably been watching her lives and knowing that she got roaches. He ain't trying to eat. I don't even know why he's trying to come over. I ain't going over nobody's house that I know got roaches. And like I said, and a couple of other people said, he bring his stuff over, that game over. Those bugs can crawl in that game. That man ain't trying to bring nothing over until he's sure there ain't no bugs in that house. Now, we don't get to see him, but the game never comes on. Dude comes through the door, and you'll see it shortly. He comes through the door and immediately, I guess, lays on her couch and goes to sleep. But then she starts to put on, like I said, this act about she ain't trying to cook for no man, she's cooking for herself. And come to find out that in that phone call that he called her, or she called him, or she texted him, whatever conversation they had, he told her that he didn't want none that she's cooking. That I guess he already ate, but we don't learn that till later on.
Sometimes it's just nice to have the company. You know, even if he's doing his own thing and I'm doing my own thing, get the fuck out of my face type shit. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I don't, like, I can hear you, but I don't need to see you type shit, you know? Okay, guys, what do we, how do we do this? What are we gonna do? I forgot how to make beef, apparently. Should it be on the big burner or the small burner? I don't know.
There she goes.
Well, guys, let's see.
Acting dumb.
It's getting hot.
In fact, okay. She is dumb. How do you not know how to cook ground beef? I don't know how Gerard did it for all those years.
Let's get the beef out of the fridge. Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. This is the first time we're cooking. Okay, Olivia, shut the fuck up.
Yes, please.
Alright, here we go, guys. Do you guys like the narration? Can I keep going? Because it's keeping me positive. Okay. I just don't get it. When you take it off the burner, it like looks like it turns off. Why is it doing that? It did that at my sister's
Maybe
house too.
that's a safety feature.
I really just want old fashioned like gas. You know, give me the spark, give me the flame. You feel me? I hate electric stoves.
What difference does it make? You can't cook.
I guess.
I don't think you could heat up a frozen meal in the microwave if you had one.
So annoyed. Okay. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go get. Well, first of all, we're gonna rinse our hands, wash our hands. So I touched a little bit of that.
Now watch. She's not even going to like break the meat up. She's just going to throw a lid on it and walk away from it.
Okay, there we go, guys. Now what? Now what do we have to do? We have to cover the meat up. No. It's in that other box. I need to go through it. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna forget. I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out. Okay, it's alright. We're gonna find it. I think this other box over here had all my seasonings. I just have to look for them because I don't even have fucking salt. This is not gonna work. Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't cook. Water, keep boiling. Okay, I think it was in here.
Who covers their pot to boil water? I'm assuming that's her spaghetti water. Who covers their pot to boil water?
Oh, I didn't even get salt from the store, you guys. Okay, guys, we might be shit out of luck again. I don't know. Let's see. I could have swore I saw some seasonings in here. Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna totally flip in a minute. Oh my god. Here's this. What the fucky? What the fucky, bro? Okay. Right here. machine, ice machine. Okay. Oh, I found some socks. Okay, guys. Ah! A bug. Ah! Okay, the bug did get in here. Oh, well, you're gonna die. So just make yourself nice and comfortable in there, because I'm gonna kill you. 1 minute.
Okay. Bug in a box. Now, again, I've already watched this part of her video. Spoiler alert, she's going to assume that the bug crawled in the box because it'd been sitting there for a while. But I have said it, and I'm not the only one who said it or even thinks it. Olivia's bringing those bugs everywhere she goes. She is the common denominator in all the apartments she show up in that have bugs. Now, if you notice, she took out her coffee maker. I think she said her ice maker was in there. I don't know, because there was, oh, I know she has the ice maker next to her, next to that box. But her toaster was in there. And if I had a toaster, hypothetically, if I was living with roaches like she is, and there was a roach in a box with my toaster, that toaster is coming out. It's getting probably thrown away because I'm just like that. But we know she's not going to throw it away. She proceeds to put the toaster back in there. Who's to say that there's no bugs in the toaster? Because the toaster probably has breadcrumbs in it. I can't imagine that Stella cleaned it out. And that's probably the reason why the roach is in the box. Aside from the fact that it's a box, and we know that roaches are attracted to boxes. And one thing I learned, because I didn't grow up with roaches and I'm not an expert on roaches, but someone said that they like the glue. I guess that the boxes, I don't know if it's from the tape or just the glue that the box that is used to put the box together. I don't know, because I'm not a roachologist. But my point is, Olivia is too comfortable with these bugs. And if you look at her pictures from when she was a child, and then I wasn't watching her when she was living with the Webbs, but they said when she was staying in Cali, I guess it was in her grandmother's house or one of her houses. I don't know. But they said they had fleas. They probably had roaches. Olivia is very comfortable with roaches. She's very comfortable with insects inside the home. God forbid if she ever gets bed bugs.
Oh, you're already like almost dead. Oh my god. At least I found some salt. How about pepper? Any pepper in here? Like pepper yucky? Pepper, where are you? Oh, there's all my stuff. Okay, so my mom, she only packed salt. Like, how?
Can I just say, I'm not leaving a bug in that box. I'm taking all my shit out that box, and that bug will be dead. But then again,
and thank God I got those other seasonings.
I ain't built like Olivia.
Now I know, I'm putting all the stuff back and there's a bug in there, right? You're probably like, Liv, that's gross. But guess what? When this man comes over here, I'm gonna say, please can you get the stuff out of there and kill that bug? Like, what's the point? What's the point of him being here if he's not gonna do something? No, but that makes sense because that box has been sitting there.
Stick a pin in that because, again, like I said, I skimmed through this live. I don't recall her asking him to do a darn thing. I don't recall, I think, except for asking him to bring some water from the door, and he barely wanted to do that. But I don't recall her telling him to kill any bug. That man went to sleep.
For days. Of course the bug went in there. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? They love cardboard? Ew, why? That's why I need to get all this fucking cardboard up out my house. Why do they love cardboard? And how do you guys know that? Okay, guys, he's here. He's gonna probably give me a dirty look because I'm on live. Oh, well, I don't care. Get the fuck out if you have a problem with it because, bitch, I don't care. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Don't give me no bullshit. I don't want to hear it. You're on live. You're on live, Olivia. Why are you on live? Let me just shut up. I talk too much shit. Oh shit. And you guys think I give a fuck if people were to see my lives. I don't care. Look. It's better you know the truth. Okay, let me open my door so he doesn't. Oh shit. This guy is not listening to us. Fucking around. Listen to him. Now I gotta put his fucking car back on the thing. Okay, guys. Hi. It's 8 o'clock. I know, girl. I know. Look, I couldn't do it, okay? We ran into some technical difficulties. It is what it is. Don't judge me. Where are my clothes? Come in. Come in. The helly? Hi. How are you? I'm alive. They can't see you. Calm down. How am I gonna tell you to come over and I'm alive? Because, I mean, I can mute it. They just want to watch me make my first meal. That's all. Oh my God. Where's my clothes? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. Huh? Oh my gosh, come on. Don't be like that. Just while I cook, and then I'm gonna get off. Huh? Okay. I'm gonna move y'all over here. Hopefully. Y'all can still see, right?
Let me pause it right here because did you hear how much salt she was cranking into that meat? That's going to become important later on, but that's a lot of salt. Apparently, she can't find her pepper and she doesn't have any other seasonings. But even if Olivia had some seasonings, she probably would only put salt and pepper in it. We have observed time after time after time that Olivia just cannot cook. We watched her make a dry ass roast in a crock pot for Joey. We seen her make a big ball of meat that she tried to pass off as meatloaf to her kids. And now here she is making spaghetti with no seasonings to go along with it except for salt. Also, where's Big Bad Wolf? Olivia. Where's she at? Remember she was talking big girl shit before Joey got there. Sorry, not Joey, GamerBae. I can't keep up with all her men. But she was acting so dismissive. And again, if you haven't watched my breakdown analysis of the Virgin Mother Live, you need to go listen to it because it gives you a lot of insight that the way she views men. And the only reason why she's entertaining GamerBae because we've been out here on these YouTube streets clowning her for even wanting this man that she claims is a micro. Okay, I call him Mr. Micro now, and those of you who know, who know. So she has to settle for him because she's crowned him her baby daddy. In truth, this woman probably doesn't know who that baby dad is. I wouldn't be surprised if it is his, but she was doing a lot, and we all know that. But men are just a tool or a vessel to give her what she needs, and that's that baby batter, so she can start these cycles over and over and over again with these children that she breeds. It's really sad and it's very disturbing. Um, she has to prove to us that she can get a man, and right now he's playing ball with her. He's nuts too. I don't understand how a man could just fall in line with her program based on her track record. I have a video up where I show how she talks under his clothes and how he curses her out. Basically, she was with him one week, dumped him the next, flew Joey in, bought a plane ticket for him, a round trip ticket for him to come to town, treated GamerBae like trash, and then once she figured out that Joey couldn't possibly be the father of this child, she went back to him and he just jumped in. And I hope he watched. Well, I don't know. I said it before. Stranger things have happened, and maybe because he's a micro, he's taking whatever he can get. But ironically, I didn't watch all of her live last night, but she was claiming that he was off under some other woman. So Olivia, she has to win no matter what. So even though she doesn't want him, she has to prove that she can get his attention or get him from another woman. And in that, this was a live she did again right after she dumped him and talked about his appendage being, micro. She said that he told her that he is seeing someone else. So with knowing all of this, not only has she told him that he's the daddy, but now she's acting like she wants a relationship with him. This is all kinds of crazy. And I did say that Olivia is a boring watch, and she is. But like I said, it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. I wish she would speed it up, but her storylines are ridiculous. And she just goes with this fantasy. She just goes all in 100%. In another life, if she actually had some brain cells, she could have been a great fictional writer, or she could have even did screenwriting for movies, because that world that's in that head of hers, it's diabolical.
This looks dangerous. This doesn't look good. The camera is pointed over here, this way. Okay, y'all, look. It's cooking so good. I love these deep pots. Yeah, no, he would. Why? I don't think that. Like, we'll talk about that later. Talk about that later. Oh, he needs to come kill this bug too. I'm not doing that while I'm cooking. It's gonna get away. It's trying to escape. Ooh, ooh, shit.
Okay, I don't know. It sounded like he came in and said, "Can he get a cigarette?" was that just me? I don't know. I might have been hearing things. I was busy reading her chat because she was questioning something that someone said, but I didn't really see anything that stood out. Um, yeah, but her and this cooking and acting like she doesn't know how cooking actually works. Look, the ground beef is browning. Yes, it has heat on it. That's what happens when you put heat on meat, dummy. This whole acting like she don't know what the hell is going on. This act, this cutesy act, this ditzy act, it's just another one of her personalities. She's got Sybil, is it, what was her name? I said Sybil beat with all her personalities. And what is that she's putting in there? Is that more? Well, she was grounding salt. So what did she just sprinkle in there? Is that garlic? I don't know. I thought that little container when she was digging through the boxes was salt. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna put the noodles in here now. Just tell me if you want me to mute it, okay? I'll mute it at any point. Yeah, I was gonna say, set it up. No, you're not going to. If you were to, you should do it in there because the other one has the other thing connected to that TV. Oh, okay. Just wondering. Just making sure. Okay, guys. Do you guys cook your noodles in broth? Sometimes I do, but tonight I'm not. I'm about to spam the chat to move the cord. Oh, the cord. Ah! You guys almost fucking burnt alive. Okay, there. Please move the cord. Okay, the cord is moved, y'all. Oh. I don't know if that's gonna work. Oh yeah, it is. My shit is already connected. Period. Okay.
Is it me or is that a lot of
cute
spaghetti?
pink charger from Walmart, y'all. The cord wasn't touching anything, but it was close to touching shit.
So she's going
You got the same shirt? I got this shirt from my homegirl.
So she literally is cooking like that whole box of spaghetti. That's a lot of spaghetti for all that for that little bit of meat that she had, at least in my opinion. Oh well. I ain't gotta eat it.
I don't know where she got it from. I know the pot set is super cute. Oh shit. Okay. The meat is cooking. Y'all wanna see?
So I guess that's a yes. She's cooking that whole box of spaghetti just for her.
All right, there we go.
She is.
Oh!
Something is wrong with her. For real. For real. Something is wrong. This woman, you know, when her time comes, and honestly, I don't wish any ill will on Olivia. May she live a long life. But if they do decide to perform an autopsy on her, they really should measure the size of her brain because it has to be the size of a pea. I have to think, from Men in Black, remember when the alien was living inside of the quote unquote human? There has to be an alien or some kind of life form in that brain of hers. And they somehow, I don't know if it's because of her GLP-1 shots, all the alcohol she's been drinking, or all the the sperm that her body's been ingesting, and then of course the teachings of Stella. But somewhere they just went loop de doop, and the way she is moving and acting, just when you think that you have seen every personality of Liv, she introduces another one. They just constantly are splintering off. It's almost like the what do they call it? The multiverse. She is living in multiple timelines at the same time, simultaneously, and she's living them out in front of us. I mean, I have did the psychoanalysis on her in relationship to her, having these fatherless kids, and I've done one on her relationship with the kids that are here, and I'm setting up to do one on her and her mom. I've said this before, but at the basic core of who she is, I need to figure out how to do that because this woman is a piece of work. She is a case study of all case studies. And if I was a psychotherapist or a psychoanalyst and someone sent me, you know, a link to her channel and just told me to watch her lives, I would have a field day. They would have a field day. And by the way, she still has us on mute. Lord have mercy. Let me see if I can get ahead of this.
All right, you better turn the phone back. Huh? Okay, y'all. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, y'all. I guess with that. This will work, right, with noodles? I don't fucking know.
She didn't even wash that off. And yes, Olivia, that is what you use for spaghetti. What is she? Is that
Damn, I don't
salt?
even
Is
have
there
what
two
they
different
call it.
kinds of
Oh, wow.
salt? I'm lost. I'm sorry to pause it again. I skipped this part. This happened in the beginning. This was like 10 minutes into it. She was fighting a roach, and I believe there was another roach that she had yet to kill. So there may be one, two, or three known roaches, walking around that kitchen while she's cooking. And also, I don't want to forget at the very beginning of this live, she talked about what she will name this baby. She's assuming she's having a girl for some reason. She hasn't really even gave a boy a thought, and that's for obvious reasons. She doesn't like male children. But she said if it's a girl, she's going to name her Aaliyah because Aaliyah is her favorite singer. My God. I'm going to pray for that child just like I do for all of her other kids. But man, Aaliyah. And she said, "Oh, we'll call her Leah." Whatever.
You use that for your noodles? Okay, cool. So let this boil. Why is it not boiling though? I love this deep ass pot. This pot is bomb. So bomb. Okay, I'm gonna try this meat. I need my salt. Some people don't eat onions. Onions to the meat? Nah. That's better. I'm putting this. I season as I cook. You add onions to everything? I mean, me too, but not my spaghetti. You know why? Because I usually make my spaghetti like with my kids, you know what I mean? And my kids don't all like onions. So I put onions on almost everything too though. She is about to boil over.
Olivia is a pig, and I hate to say that because it's so lowbrow. It's such in poor taste. But she is sitting there or standing there just eating that salty ground beef. She this girl, I look, with all the salt included, and the way she eats, she thinks if she nibbles that she's cutting calories. I really think she believes in her brain that if she nibbles, because if you notice how she eats, she pinches off food and she takes small bites. She nibbles. And I don't know if that's because she thinks it's a way of regulating how much she eats, but she eats everything. She eats whatever she starts eating, she eats everything. But for her to just sit there and just eat that ground, if she can eat the ground beef, that means it's time to add the spaghetti sauce. And by the way, I will say this: I don't like onions or like green peppers cut up in my spaghetti. I just don't. I just, as a kid, I didn't like it, and as an adult, I don't like it. But give me a good spaghetti sauce. Which one? I can't think of the name of it. It's a four cheese spaghetti sauce that I absolutely love. It is not ragu. I can't think of the name of the brand, but it comes in one of those fancy jars, and I absolutely love it. And I think it may even have bits of like onion and pepper like infused in it. But for the most part, I don't like onions and peppers cut up in my spaghetti. But like I just said, though, she's eating the beef. That means the beef is done. I would assume it's done. Olivia, why haven't you put the spaghetti sauce in it? If you continue to keep eating on it, there's not going to be a lot left to actually make you some spaghetti with meat sauce anyway.
What the fuck is that? Apple Snicker salad?
More salt? How much salt is she going to put in that? I mean, seriously, like I said, I skimmed through it. I didn't realize she was putting that much salt in that spaghetti.
Green beans or broccoli?
See, I skipped ahead, and once she had the spaghetti sauce in there, she puts more salt in it.
Why? You don't want vegetables? What? Huh? Oh, well, I haven't. Hello? I'm just saying, I ain't gonna just make a big meal. I'm not making this for you. No, you a fucking asshole. How you gonna eat before you come? That's fucked up. Because you never eat me. What I had to call you.
Okay, I stand corrected. I thought he might have told her that he already ate, but it sounds like that he's saying that he ate because she didn't hit him up until late. And I believe that was a calculated move by Olivia. She's been at that house all day and she's been playing games with him. Like I said, she does this push pull thing with men, and it's discussed in the previous video I uploaded about her. She does this push pull and she thinks it's cute, and it's her way of quote unquote getting the man on the program, but in the end, it ends up running them away. I don't know how smart GamerBae is. I would just speculate he's not too smart if he's hooking his whack into Olivia. But if she's saying that this baby is his, he has two other kids. Maybe he's hanging around and keeping in touch with her because once his baby is born, he needs to know if that's his seed. And I wouldn't be surprised if she ducks and dodges him like she did Joey and all the other men in Zolo. But for Joey and Zolo, it was easy because they were out of state when the babies were born. I'm going to see if she's going to be able to dodge GamerBae in regards to DNA testing because regardless of what she says, because, you know, she's talking about how he's not going to be on the birth certificate and he's not getting his last name. This man can go right down to the courthouse. Now he knows where she lives. He can serve her. And for what everybody's saying, Olivia can't go anywhere. She's stuck unless she decides to move to another apartment. But she said she signed, what, a 14, 15-month lease? So the baby is supposed to be due in August, so she's stuck. But, excuse me, I am of the opinion that she's going to try to run him off. So he's not even interested in getting a DNA test. Just like Zolo. He's not trying to hitch his wagon to AJ. And I don't care what anybody say. Well, this is just my own personal opinion when it comes to AJ. AJ looks like Olivia. I don't see Zolo in AJ. I know some people say they do, but I don't. Now with Kailani, if it wasn't for the fact that Joey has another daughter out there who looks just like Kailani, I would even question that paternity. But I think it's up in the air with AJ. We see how she ran through a whole slew of men really quick and how she has them on standby. So when her and Zolo were bumping uglies, when she was putting him out, she might have been putting him out for the night or two so she can get somebody else to come over and clap her cheeks. Who knows with this girl? It's really it's up in the air, in my opinion. So I don't know if that's GamerBae's approach. That would be smart, but then again, he's really one dimensional to us. We just know him as GamerBae. He doesn't even have a name. We can't even get a name. At least Joey could get a name. But this dude is, she got him so far in the bushes. I feel like he may crawl out eventually when she, you know, does her big one because she manages to do that to every man that she feasts upon. She manages to push them out the bushes. So we'll just see how this all plays out. But yeah, he called her an asshole and she thinks that's cute. But remember, she's the big bad wolf. You know, she's big bad Olivia. As what is her name? I can't think of the reactor. She doesn't react anymore. I can't think of her name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but she used to call Liv Tough Tony. So this Liv's Tough Tony act here. Where's Tough Tony? Crickets. I need to borrow Tasha TMR's cricket because you see how she becomes demure. And it's also weird that it's almost like she's uncomfortable around men, being alone with them unless they're taking their clothes off because it's lights, camera, action whenever she's around him. That's how you know he's really around or really any man is around. She turns that damn camera on unless they are, you know, in the bedroom.
You're not hot. Y'all gonna be at the house. Okay, okay. I'm gonna make some broccoli. You're what? I'm gonna make broccoli.
You call it ain't gonna happen.
Baby, shut up. But it's not true. I do call. I call you all the time. I think I looked at my
Oh, read the rest of my cup, bro.
Okay, I'll put it down. Can you text me your info? Oh, no, you don't. Okay, in a minute. I'll do it. Can you get...
Send me the code.
It's not a code.
Send me the link.
Okay, babe. Okay, just 1 second. Can you do me a favor?
Bro, send me the code. You can make me go back home.
Bro.
God damn, ain't it there?
Oh my God, can you just give me a water bottle? It's by the door. Literally. It's right there. It's right there.
We ain't been here 10 minutes.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Thank you so much. You shouldn't have had me take it off. What the fuck? Why did I even do that? I should have... Oh, never mind. I should have just not did it, though. Because now I gotta do it again.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Shut up.
Fuck.
Okay. I already looked in that box. It's not in there. There's another box that was under that box. And I think it's also a kitchen box. That's what I was looking for.
You didn't say under that box. You said a box in the kitchen. It said kitchen on it.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta do something. I'll be back. 5 minutes. Hold on. Alright. All done. She shut us down. I didn't shut y'all down. My bad. Oh, that's right. This box. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me cover all this food. I have one more box to look through, y'all. And I hope they're in here. Am I okay? No, I'm not okay. Yes, I'm fine. I just still can't find my utensils.
I just had to pause for a second because honestly, I kind of like zoned out when it comes to looking at Liv. My brain is kind of adjusted to this rapid weight gain that she's had now. Of course, we know she's pregnant, but she was gaining that weight rapidly. She was gaining that weight back even before it was known that she was pregnant. But those shorts are atrocious. And if you could just see where she holds her weight. Olivia holds her weight in her belly and in her legs. Not even her butt. It's her belly and her legs. And when she was even losing weight with the shot, you could see her upper body getting smaller. Now the arms were flabby, and that's just because she wasn't. She has no elasticity, and she really wasn't doing any kind of weight training. But this is a big girl, and for her to say that she's only gained, I think today or yesterday she may have said 30 pounds. It keeps going up. So according to Liv, I guess she's gaining 5 pounds a day. But again, she said that she's never going to get as big as she used to be, and she's going to work out while she's pregnant, so she's going to lose weight. But we see her constantly stuffing her face and pouring loads of salt on her food. That is not a recipe for weight loss. I'm wondering if she's going to develop something like preeclampsia with this pregnancy, with this high sodium intake and all the fast foods that she is eating. But never fear. Olivia says once she drops this baby, she's getting back on the shot and she knows how to lose weight. And we'll see. We'll see. As usual, we just have to let it all play out because with Olivia, nothing surprises me.
I'm gonna look for him right now. this shit, y'all. I don't know if it was packed. So we'll see later. We'll see later on. When do I get the kids? I get the kids next week. I'm so excited. Lord Jesus. There we go. Why does it feel like it definitely feels like shit's cold, but it doesn't feel like the I cannot believe that this bitch was really living with roaches like this. Like, that is so insane. Taco sounds so good. Can I move? Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did she spot a roach right then and there? I'm not clear on that. If anybody has watched this already or picked up on something that I didn't, or maybe I'm reaching, but I know her eyes have been darting around that kitchen since she started cooking looking for roaches. But as I said earlier, Olivia, you've lived with roaches. You probably left roaches behind in that apartment, in every apartment that you lived in. You got a lot of nerve. I can't believe for one moment that every apartment that she lives in has roaches. She is bringing those roaches with her. As one reactor said, uh, Mel said, those roaches are her family. I agree. And by the way, if I was Nisha, those web kids would not be allowed to come back home without shaking their literally. Let me just tell you a story real quick. I didn't want this live to be too long, but back many moons ago when I was in law enforcement, I remember one of the last radio runs that I had to go to. It was a domestic with two parents, a mother and father fighting outside, and there was a baby involved. I guess the mom was holding a baby, and the neighbors were concerned about the safety of the child. So we went to that house, and nobody would answer. And we called a supervisor because we needed to check on the welfare of the child. And we noticed the side door was kind of like open. Now, we didn't have a search warrant, but with the laws in the state that I was in, and the city I was in, if you felt like a child was in danger and you were checking on the welfare of a child that was involved in a domestic situation, you can go into the home. And so that's what we did. We went into the home, and that was the filthiest house I've ever been in my life. I had never been in a hoarder's home. And you watch the show Hoarders, think of that times 10. You could barely get in to the kitchen because we came in through the side door, which was the kitchen area. It was just filthy. And there were roaches everywhere. And I'm talking about roaches of every size. There had to be a million roaches in there. I'm talking about like those little baby roaches. It was disgusting. And we had to walk through the house as best as we could to see if the child or if anyone was in the home. We couldn't even make it upstairs. The ceiling was about ready to fall in too. There had to be a leak. I don't know if it was coming from the bathroom. I'm assuming it was coming from maybe the bathroom toilet because of the staining. We went down in the garage. They had dogs down there, and you could smell the piss and the shit, and it was wet. And I had never, oh my God, ugh, it was awful. To this day, I can still just picture it and the smells, and it's been many years. I tell you one thing, I don't think I stopped scratching. And when I got home, I pulled in my garage, and that's why I say with Nisha, have the kids strip in the garage. I got out of my uniform in my garage, and thank God my garage, I had a basement to my townhouse. So right from my garage, I went into my basement with my washer and dryer. My clothes, after I shook them out, my uniform, and my shoes and my socks, I literally was in my underwear. All that went into the washing machine. So I say that not in a cruel way, like she'll be being cruel to the web kids, but those kids would have to shake themselves down. And I would probably bring some garbage bags. Listen, I don't play when it comes to bugs. I would probably bring garbage bags for them to put their backpacks in or whatever bag they use to carry their clothes once that transfer happened. And I'm assuming it's with Gerard. I know they said Nisha was doing it at one time, but whoever's doing the transport, put their backpack or whatever they packed their clothes in. That all will go into a trash bag, and it'll be sealed up. That stuff will be shaken out too. We're not bringing bugs home, and because they are rampant right now. She claims that she had them under control in the other apartment. If Gerard and Nisha were having bug problems because of Olivia, we wouldn't know that because they're not sharing that information. But now she's been very open that she has an infestation, and that's what it is. If you see bugs, now this, like I said, I'm not a roachologist, but one thing I do know, and I do remember hearing also, is that if the bugs are coming out when the lights are on and people are moving around, you have an infestation. I can't live with roaches. And I'll share another story real quick and then we'll get back to the live. I don't think we have too much more or too much longer to go. But I remember moving out to my into my first apartment. I was 24 years old. Yes, I stayed at home in the bosom of my family until I was 24. And I rented this two family. Well, I rented the upper floor of a two family, and when I went to go look at it, it was an older home. We have a neighborhood where I live. They have older homes, and they are beautiful. They're beautiful big homes, and this one was a beautiful big two family home. And when I went to go look at it, it was nice. I mean, you come through a door. There was a common area. Then there was a door that led to the upstairs, which would be where I would be staying. And I checked it out. It was spotless. It was clean. The hallway was clean. I was 24. I wanted my first place, and it had some. It was very kind of unique. It was in a neighborhood that's walkable, um, not too far from where I was working at the time, and not too far from the home that I grew up in. So it was perfect. Well, I got new furniture. I got a new bedroom set. I got everything new, and I moved in. I even had a coworker sell me a refrigerator because it didn't come with a refrigerator. And I had these movers who I was amazed how they got that darn huge, it was a big refrigerator, up those steps, how they move with belts. If you ever seen movers, they literally strap themselves to the appliance like the refrigerator and they moved it up the steps. So, anyway, I say all this to say that I had before I moved in. I had cleaned it. I mean, I had wiped the apartment down, everything. And I had a cream color couch. And I remember the first night I'm laying on my couch. It was a huge couch. I missed that couch. They don't make couches like that anymore. But it was a huge couch. And I'm laying on it. And at the end of the couch on the armrest, this is my first night there, there was a roach. Oh, hell no. I called my mother and, oh, just a footnote. My spidey senses was tingling because when I was moving in, the people downstairs kind of greeted me. They opened the door and they looked kind of trailer parkish, and they didn't look very clean. But anyway, I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I seen a roach. I'm coming home tonight. I can't stay here. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Packed my bag, shook it out, and went home. That was probably like on a Wednesday. By that Saturday, I already had movers set up. I had my brother in law, now my ex brother. Well, at the time, him and my sister were separated, so technically they weren't living together. He needed a refrigerator. He got movers to come and get that refrigerator. I had movers come and get everything else, put it in storage, and I moved back home. I do not do roaches. I talked to the landlord. I said, you could take me to court, you could do whatever, but I'm not going to live with roaches. And what she told me was is that basically she couldn't fumigate because the people downstairs had the roaches. And if she fumigated their apartment, all the roaches were going to do were come upstairs. So it's going to be even a bigger problem. And I said, no, it's not a problem. Not a problem for me. Because guess what? I'm moving out. I sure did. Lesson learned. I don't deal with roaches. I don't deal with those suckers. Those are some nasty MFers. And probably worse than roaches, or they could be on equal level to me, are bed bugs. If I know somebody, remember there was a period of time in like the mid 2000s where there were outbreaks of bed bugs like nationwide, and there were hot spots in certain cities. I was paranoid. Our public library, we have a huge public county library because a lot of homeless people would sit in there all day. They had an infestation. They literally had to shut the library down and like like do some heavy duty renovations because of the bed bugs. The same thing with our the building that housed our jobs and family services that handled the welfare benefits. They had a infestation of bed bugs to the point where they would not allow the public into the workspaces anymore. So in other words, if you had a face to face with a worker, and again before I was a police officer, and actually during the time when I was living in the apartment, my first apartment, I was what was called an income maintenance worker. I basically determined welfare benefits, whether food stamps, cash, or medical. I did that job, and we would do face to face where the clients would come into the office and sit across from you, and you determine their benefits eligibility. Well, they cut that out because of the bed bug problem. They had like uh, meeting area where the worker would come downstairs. Everything was sterile. They would have a plastic plexiglass in between them. Everything was plastic. There was no carpet on the floor. It was almost like a booth that they would sit at, like you're visiting somebody in jail to do benefits because the bed bugs got so bad. So that's something that I don't suffer. Now, a spider, it don't really bother me that much because they just don't. And I've never dealt with an infestation of spiders, but if I see a spider every now and again, I don't freak out. But let me see a roach or a bed bug, and I'm out. Now, that's my story. That's my relationship with critters that don't belong in the home. So, like I said, I paused this video to kind of give some advice to Nisha and Gerard. If she is infested, like we suspect, you might want to check those web kits before you let them back into your house or even into your car.
It's strawberry milk. Okay. Who the fuck keeps calling
See the
me,
eyes
bro?
darting? She looking around for those bugs. Oh, she also said that one of the bugs
Okay.
apparently came out of the vent.
That's cool.
And I guess it's the vent you see over her head right
Is the
now.
stove still on? I think so. Let me turn it off. Okay. You're eating tacos? I'm not mad at y'all. I'm not mad at nobody. I think I am just gonna make spaghetti though. I'm not gonna make anything else.
Yep, she must have spotted a bug because her eyes are just darting. She's paranoid. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I don't know how she does it. But then again, she's used to living with bugs.
I didn't even make the, what's it called? Oh well. I'm gonna make that shit tomorrow. Alrighty then. I have a fork. Everything is off, right? Yeah, everything is off. Let me taste it. I'm still happy. What threw my energy off is seeing more of these fucking bugs. That's what threw my fucking energy off. I'm just sick of it.
Okay, so she did see
really
more
fucking sick of
roaches
it.
as she was cooking.
I don't understand. And it's like, it's still not enough salt.
So what's in that other bottle? Is that like garlic? Is that garlic powder?
Maybe. I don't think so though. It's really the bugs. Like, you guys, do you understand how gross it is when you're cooking and you see a roach? Like, that is so disgusting. You know? I don't think there's much more nastier things than that. Why is this not getting salty? What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, it's a lie. It's stressful. It grosses me out. It makes me mad. It's very stressful.
That is a lot of salt. I know I keep saying it, but damn.
This is not the first time it's happened. But it's like, it's still stressful and gross. I promise you, like the last apartment I lived in, when I first moved in, I was having the same fucking problems. Literally. I'd be cooking and I would see a damn roach. And it just like... The apartment is taking care of it. They sent pest control. But It takes time, yeah. It's not just... My whole thing is that bitch was living here and she was living with them. Like, why wasn't she handling it? And the apartments told me that she was not calling pest control. Like, pest control hadn't been to this apartment in... They don't know. That bitch owed them a lot of money, so she wasn't calling pest control. She wasn't calling them for nothing. So gross, bro. But it's okay. It's alright. It could be worse. The salt is not working. Oh shit. Damn, Liv, how much salt are you gonna have? Yeah, some salt is not that potent at all. Oh.
You notice she was checking her cup to make sure there was no roaches floating around in it.
Okay. You never seasoned with salt? You like seasonings? I love salt. I love seasonings too, though, but I love salt. Take a look around, bitch. I am. I'm making fun.
Okay, can somebody explain this little dance she's doing while she's eating? Is that something? I mean, listen, okay, I'm going to say something that's politically incorrect. And I am not the slimmest, chicken in the chicken coop or the hen, because I'm a clucking hen, I guess, at my age. But what is with this food dance? That shows to me that her relationship with food is very weird. I don't sit there and dance when I eat, and when I've seen that, it's usually been with very obese people who have a food addiction, which I do believe Olivia has. But this little shimmying and dancing as she's eating, it's weird.
I gotta clean these out. I don't want to leave no fucking dishes in the sink. None. I don't even want to leave this in the damn... I can put this right here, but... Oh! Okay. I'm gonna clean everything.
I will say
I like a pinch of sugar too, but I didn't buy any.
I do like her pots and pans. I think they're cute, actually.
Hold on, I forgot. I forgot. don't even want to leave mess on the sink. Like nothing, bro. Oh, it's elephants, yeah. I'm gonna move that. I'm not gonna leave it there. No, I didn't make any garlic bread. I got grossed out in the middle of cooking because I saw a roach. Now I don't feel like doing it anymore. A success? Not really. But it's okay. Well, actually, hold on. Let me actually get it. Oh, you guys can't see.
Okay, I see what happened there because she did have that jar and she put water in it because I'm like she did not that jar was not that big and she did not have that meat. That's I mean that meat wasn't a lot. That pot is mainly made up of just spaghetti noodles and it looks dry as you know what. And the reason why it has no flavor because she flushed all the flavor out of the sauce by adding water. I understand wanting to get all of the sauce out of the jar, but I wouldn't have put a lot of water in there. If even if I did, I have one of those scrapers. You know how you can scrape like a jar, or you can scrape a bowl like a batter. I actually use that, but I'm not diluting my spaghetti sauce. But I think she diluted that spaghetti sauce with water to make it stretch. So the flavor, whatever flavor it was, she pretty much diluted that flavor. Also, I don't know if it's a pregnancy thing with the salt intake, but I will say this from people I know who smoke or used to smoke, it could be a thing with that too because their taste buds kind of change after they stop smoking. And I'm assuming she stopped smoking. We don't know for sure. I think it's possible that she did. I had a family member who was a pack a day smoker, but when she got pregnant, she quit cold turkey and she said she didn't even want a cigarette. But soon after that baby was born, she was back to smoking. So it's possible that Olivia is not smoking, but that could explain this whole salt thing and the fact that she doesn't have really any other seasonings except for that. It looks like she has two jars of seasoning over there. I don't know what those are exactly. She may have explained it when she was digging them out of the box, but I don't know what they are. But I know she put a lot of salt in it.
I love Venom. the bugs killed it. I've got every fucking thing. I don't even want to leave water anywhere. Drains. Pick this shit out.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to skip ahead because we don't have too much longer and there's really not a lot going on. I just want to show where she actually goes and sit next to GamerBae.
The bugs are probably like, woo, somebody's cooking in here again, bitch. Party time. Even though this is not really like my spaghetti like fully, because I make it different.
I see she added some Parmesan cheese to it, which could help. Okay, let's wrap this up because not too much happens at this point. And like I said, Tough Tony, I don't want to be around him. He makes me sick. Ew, he can leave. Look how she just demurs.
Sorry.
He's laying on her couch and she can't. She's sitting on the edge of it. He won't move. See, let me just. You know what? Let me just say this.
I wasn't enough.
I'm trying to wrap this out because I'm overloading my my computer right now. My usage is high on OBS. That's just a technical thing you don't have to worry about. I just don't want it to crash on me before I say this. You know, the thing that I noticed that when GamerBae came through that door, he was showing like zero interest in Olivia. He didn't come over and say, or, you know, try to give her a hug or say, hey, where's my hug? Once he found out that she was on live, you know, being lovey-dovey with her, he just came on like, oh, you on live. Which I can kind of understand because the man don't want to be on camera, even though she's already busted him out and said he had a micro ping, but that's beside the point. But he comes in there and promptly turns on a movie, tells her he doesn't want to eat her food that he already ate, and lays on her couch. So he ain't nothing but a typical lay around ninja that plays video games, and this is her baby daddy. And a side note is that when I was watching the live too, I was looking at the chat, and the loyalty gang was not rocking with dude. They were unhappy with him. So, Liv, if you happen to watch my live and make it to this point, your peeps ain't feeling him at all. You have trash talked him so bad, and he's living up to all the trash you talked about him. He's going to be a hard sell to loyalty gang. But I just wanted to say that and get that out of the way before I forget.
Cheese? How you know? You already know.
Liv just needs to start a mukbang channel. That's it. That's all she needs to do. Because all she does is eat in front of the camera. All that smacking and all these noises, they irritate my soul.
That wasn't enough cheese. It needs a little bit of sugar. I like the little sauce. I don't care, it's still good.
Okay, I've paused the video before to make the point of him laying on her couch with his legs stretched out, and she's sitting basically on the edge of the couch cushion because this ninja won't move his legs. Again, Tough Tony, where you at, Liv? Where's Tough Tony? Because that is one thing. I would not have a problem if she didn't say to him, "You're gonna have to move so I can sit down." or take your butt into the bedroom, which he doesn't plan on spending the night. So, but anyway, I'm sorry. Let this finish up because I don't want to see her eat too much longer, and I know you guys don't either.
Girl, ignore that it started over. What What started over? What are you guys talking about? That X. Let me see. Any bugs? Bugs, please don't come out. I'm not in the mood. Please, Lord, don't let a bug come out. I need more cheese. Ooh, look at my eyes. Okay, maybe some more cheese. It actually is really good. It's good because I made it.
It's not from the that's a lie.
Place. I made this shit.
Liv is the only one that eat Liv's food. Even the babies
so
don't eat her food.
I'm craving milk. But I have this drink from earlier, so I'll just drink this. Should I put ice in it? Yes. Of course I should. The lights were off last night. I came in here and looked. There was none. Okay. I don't see any, but I'll probably see some in a minute. Let me not get my hopes up. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. I sat on you. I don't have Sprite. I have Fanta. You want me to get off? I know, because you're asleep.
The man that went to sleep on her, but he just can't, keep his hands off of her when he's around her.
Yeah. You want some? No? What did you eat? Some what? America's? This is not good with that. Because it's making it
okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because nothing much happens after this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut her off. I just can't stand to watch her eat. All right. There you have it. We made it through it in an hour and a half. And I kind of started it an hour and a half in. That was a long live. It was a mess. It was a mess of a live. I don't know what to say. This chick, I believe that Olivia has a humiliation fetish. Now, I know her admitting to the bugs was her getting ahead of the bugs because one or two things would have happened with her karma. Is that, the bugs would have made an appearance on one of her lives and she didn't want to get caught slipping. But I also think it's her karma for calling black women roaches. The very same roaches that she calls us black women have infested her apartment. And just like she tries to fight off all the criticism and, all the noise that surrounds her channel and the way she lives her life, she has to do that in that apartment. And if she keeps going the route she's going, it's going to be a losing battle because she's never getting rid of them. Like I said, that apartment, like I said before, I believe she brought some roaches to that apartment. The apartment may have already had roaches, but it's probably a combination of both. But in any event, it's tragic to me, or at least disgusting to me. I will say that her choices were limited. She is right about that. She needed to find a place, and she needed to find a place quickly. due to her circumstances, so beggars can't be choosers. But it's really hard to feel sympathy or empathetic towards a woman who just this time last year was bragging about her generational wealth and how she was going to do big things in 2025 and how she was going to be buying a house and how she was going to be, shitting on all of us and, you know, all that hubris and all that arrogant talk that she had last year around this time. Now, we all know she was blowing smoke, but the point is that Karma loves Olivia. Karma is Olivia's best friend. In fact, I know Marissa Starr calls her uh, Olivia K. Johnson, and the K is for Karen. I'm starting to think the K is for Karma. So it could be Olivia K. Johnson, Olivia Karen Karma Johnson. And if we can find another K, she could be Olivia K, which would be perfect because she sees herself as a person of non color. So, anyway, it's draining. I've said this before. Olivia's brain rot. My brain is slowly winding down. You could probably hear it in the energy of my voice. Also, I just think that, like I said, the whole situation is disgusting and sad. But this is this is what she created. She created this environment, and if you paid attention to her interactions with, GamerBae, she created that too. Because if we hadn't clocked her saying when she had her last menstrual cycle, she would still be out here hollering that Joey is the baby father. Now, by default, Gamer Bay has to play the part. And I don't know if the man really understands the part that he's playing. She's got him out here on these YouTube streets looking like Boo Boo the Fool. So, like I said earlier, hopefully he has a master plan. If he doesn't, oh well. And again, it's hard to feel empathy and sympathy for people who allow themselves to be led around the nose by the likes of Olivia. Looking at the picture as a whole, as people have talked about it ad nauseum, I personally still come back to what the heck was going on in Gerard's head. I am not one of those people that think he's utter and total trash. I think that he was a young man trying to find his way. He made some mistakes and, he grew up. Um, I'm not going to absolve him of the things that he did wrong. And one of those things was pumping Liv's head up. But there became a certain point where he did want to detach from her, but those kids. And we can see that's evident in the fact that he got custody of those kids. Those kids kept them tied or him tied to her for a long time. Now, again, there's a debate about whether or not they were tipping in the tulips together. That's not what this video is about. To kind of finish up and to kind of understand where I'm coming from, I am a black woman, obviously. I am a dark skinned black woman. And I remember as a young woman, growing up, especially like in my teens, late teens, it didn't really start to turn until I got into my 20s, towards the middle of my 20s, where I started to attract just any type of man because I was hot shit. Shit, I was popping back then. But the point is, the guys that would normally have looked past me in high school and even like in my early 20s, they now are trying to talk to me. And one of the things they would say is that, oh, these light skinned girls, they think they cute, they think they this, they think they that. And my comeback was always, oh, I think I'm cute, I think I'm this, I think I'm that. So that's not what we're going to do. And then later on, I would run into guys who just matured. They wanted peace. And whether I was light skinned or dark skinned, they just wanted some peace. Now, we all know that Gerard has some issues to work through. Hopefully, he gets them worked out because he has primary custody of those kids. And we can only, again, guess what's going on in their home. We're only getting one side of the story, and that's from Olivia, and I don't trust her version of that. But this is what she's stuck with. She's in a roach infested house, serving, trying to feed a man food that may or may not have roach droppings in it. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad. I mean, I guess we could laugh, and then some people are laughing because Olivia has laughed at a lot of people. So I wouldn't be mad at anyone who drops some laughing emojis in the comments. But tell me what you think in the comments, and please don't forget to like this video if you do like it, if you enjoy my commentary. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please consider joining the tribe. And until I upload the next time, have a great day. Bye now.